In this video, I'm gonna show you how to promote dating offers on Facebook by building an email list and making several $100s per day, or pretty much as you want. What I have here is my Clickbank marketplace, okay? And the first thing that you have to do is take a look at what kind of offers are available. And obviously, I am focusing on dating because I have some experience when it comes to dating offers and self-improvement. But you can obviously focus on your own niche. Whatever niche you want, you can choose to promote there. And so one dating offer that I really like was text chemistry. And text chemistry, you're probably going to get into some trouble promoting it directly on Facebook. And so you'll have to promote it in the back end. And so text chemistry is one offer. You have a couple of other offers, why he disappeared. And then there's another offer, the devotion system. And what you should be looking for is gravity. And gravity typically tells you how popular the offer is, how many affiliates are promoting it as well. And I believe it's like in the past 8 to 12 weeks. And so what you want to do is, it doesn't really matter which offer you choose to promote. What's most important is, and this applies to pretty much any niche, is that the offers that you're picking, they are kind of part of the same category of niches. So in this example, text chemistry is use text to make men love you, and we have why he disappeared as well. Then we have the devotion system, make men obsess over you. So they're very similar offers, and they're about how to get women to get men to kind of commit to them and to respond to their text messages, to get into a relationship with them, and that kind of thing, right? Because there's a lot of ghosting that happens, and women, they get frustrated. And same thing with men, right? Men get frustrated. But these two offers are focusing on women, probably because they're much more profitable. Generally speaking, women, they buy more stuff. So generally, when you're marketing to females, it's a lot more profitable for the most part. Not always, but for the most part. And if you're looking at the offers for Clickbank, right? If I type text chemistry, and you immediately see that we immediately see similar offers, and we have why he disappeared. So I already have a bunch of offers that I can promote, and I already did research beforehand. And I can already promote these offers to women. They're very similar. And so step one is you want to build a very simple website. And I'm a big fan of it. I don't know if you're a fan of this kind of system, but this is a very solid system. I know affiliate marketing is about, buying and selling traffic. And I'm going to have other videos on direct, kind of without a website, without, all this stuff. But this is focusing on building a website. And so I have a simple website. I haven't exactly bought the domain yet. I'm still thinking of a name. I have a page registered called Relationship Therapy on Facebook. So the website is going to be something about that. So right now, what I did is I went ahead and built a simple opt-in page. Okay, so you don't really need anything crazy. This is a simple opt-in page. I may modify it later on. I may, add some images, maybe an image of a guy somewhere from like some stock photos about how you can get this guy to commit, right? But the angle that we're going for is learn the 10 ways to get your man to commit, right? Because women, they're typically looking for a relationship, and they're tired. In this case, they're kind of tired of guys ghosting them. They're tired of men not going for the commitment. And so we get their email, and I also created an email list, a separate email in my marketing system called Active Campaign. And I also went ahead and created an automation, right? And this is kind of the key. An automation is basically an email funnel, right? That's all it really is. It's an email funnel. And so when they submit their email, they go into the first kind of email. And if we edit this email, so just before I edit this email, I want to tell you all the emails that we have. And I have currently 7 emails that I sent out. The first 5 emails are educational emails. So like 4 or 5 emails, basically telling them a little bit about what's going on. So in the first email, I send them this report. And this report is basically 12, reasons why guys, 12 ways that you can get a guy to commit. And if you need to basically create this report, obviously you can think about it yourself and say like, hey, here's you could create any kind of report that you want, right? But you have to understand what are these women are looking for, right? They're looking for a guy to commit. They're tired of these guys like leaving and ghosting them, right? If you want to promote that kind of product. And what you can do is you can go on Google and basically Google some of the lists that are out there, right? And you could find all kinds of lists on, mainstream magazines like Huffington Post. I'm sure you will find a very similar list, and you can use that for inspiration. I would not recommend going out there and actually saving this list as a PDF, but you need some kind of gift. I mean, you can make it, 5 ways to get a guy to commit, but 5 is a little bit, it's not a lot, right? If you're going to be giving this as a opt-in magnet, and that's what it's called, it's a magnet, it's a giveaway, it's a gift. You want to make it at least, I would recommend at least 7, right? Like 7 things, right? A list of 7 things. So 7 ways to get your man to commit, or 7 things you should not do when you're dating, when you just started dating a guy, right? Basically, you want to help women that are making these mistakes. And so obviously you have to learn a little bit about it. I know a little bit about this niche, and it's not very hard to learn about it, right? If you're interested in promoting something like text chemistry or the devotion system or any of these products, you got to learn. And as a marketers, that's all, sometimes we just have to figure out what the target audience wants, even if we don't have experience in that area. And so I basically have learned the 10 ways to get your man to commit. I Googled, I learned some of the things. I wrote an article. I have a PDF ready. And when they basically submit, right, and this thing, basically, if we edit this, I will show you, it's connected to a mailing list, right? So if we edit this, it's basically, when they submit it, this is the first email that's going to go in there. So if we do that, you see this is linked to active campaign. You can edit it. This is the TC text chemistry mailing list. And you can basically, connect to any mailing list you want, regardless of the system you're using. It's all very easy. And then we get out of this and we see this thing. So when they basically enter their email, they're basically linked to this, and then the automation starts. And this is kind of the key, right? It's, you have to, in order to make like more money, you have to think in terms of funnels, right? You cannot think in terms of like, hey, I'm going to buy this traffic and sell it. Yeah, you're going to make some money in the middle, but the real money is in the funnels, right? Because you can actually sell multiple products to the same contact, okay? So in our case, what we're doing is we're sending 5 emails, and then on the 5th day, we're emailing them the offer. We're saying, hey, so, I hope you've been enjoying the previous emails. I hope you've gotten some value out of it. Check out this, here's a really good product that has worked for a lot of women, and it may also work for you. And then we have a link that goes either to, a landing page that we did before, or it's going to go directly to the Clickbank offer. The main difference is that if it goes to the landing page, it's our landing page. So when they decide to purchase the product, it goes directly to the Clickbank checkout. Okay? But if it goes to the Clickbank landing page, then they can watch the video, and then they can decide to purchase the product. And we have a little bit of if-then conditions here. And so what happens is, we send this email, we wait 1 day, and then does the contact match the following conditions? Has the contact clicked on any link? And we only have one link, and that is to the offer. And if they haven't clicked, then we send them another email, okay? After 1 day, if they haven't clicked. And then we wait 1 day, and then we go to the, to continue the automation. Obviously, you can make it as complex as you want. It's really up to you. I decided to kind of, that's kind of what I have right now. I may add a little bit more steps as the automation goes live, and I will see what's happening. What are the errors? Because it's a process of tuning, right? It's this kind of perfecting over time. And then I have another email, right? So after the first day, in that email is the 6th email, and then I send them another offer. Then I have a 7th email, and this could be like a value email, okay? And then you could send like 10 emails and see what happens. Does the contact click? Are they, do they click but don't buy, right? Because when you actually create this link, you could track, this specific email campaign, and then you will be able to see it in your Clickbank and all that. And so, I have seen, this is a relatively simple email funnel. I have seen much more complex funnel. But typically what you want is you want to have a formula where you're sending 3 emails with value, and then you have another email with an offer. Hey, so I told you this, you should check out this product. It has helped a lot of women to solve the problem that you're having. In this case, I have 5 emails, and then on the 5th email, I actually send them an offer. And then I have another offer on the 6th, hey, and then I'm going to send them a couple of more value emails. And so I haven't created the site yet, but this is going to be a very simple site. All the site is going to have, it's going to have articles such as, why hasn't he texted me back? Or why hasn't he, hasn't he replied to my text? Or how to get a guy to commit. And in order to do that, you basically go to Google. It's very easy. And you basically type an article. You type something in Google. So you type something like, how to get a guy. There you go. So you can basically write articles on any of these autocomplete topics, because this is, they're looking for information, right? It's an informational query, and you can write an article, how to get a guy to like you. You can also pick this, and you can see other suggestions, how to get a guy back, how to get a guy to like you again, how to get to like you over text. So all of these are queries that women are looking for. So what I'm going to do, and I'm in the process of doing it, I'm going to be registering a domain, creating maybe 10 to 15 pieces of content, and then when they log in, they're going to be prompted for this form, okay? And one of the articles, I'm going to go on Facebook and basically create an ad for it, okay? And the thing about Facebook is, I'm going to show you how I'm going to create ads in a minute, is that I'm also going to be optimizing for conversions. And the way this works is that when they submit an email, so let's say I type something like james@james.com and I say get it now. And when they give their email, it goes to the thank you page. So it's another page. And what I'm going to do on Facebook is I'm going to be optimizing for this page. So in other words, if somebody reaches this page, I know that they basically submitted their email. So I want Facebook to basically find more people just like that person that submitted the email right now. And so this is where the real power of Facebook comes in with conversion optimization. And this is very hard when you're doing straight offers, right? When you're doing straight max bounty offers or Clickbank offers, it's hard to do it because you don't have access to the thank you page. There's some hacks here and there, but it's not very straightforward. But when you're collecting emails and you are kind of doing them in the back end, doing email marketing in the back end, you can optimize for leads. And so the way you want to create these ads is you go to your ad manager, and I'm going to show you right now. You click on create campaign, and then what you basically do, you call it campaign 1. We're not going to get fancy with names. Ad set 1, AS1, and then ad 1. So we're going to do ad 1. And what happens is we have auction, and here we're going to pick conversions, okay? And this is where you get the power of Facebook. So I got to do this, ad set 1, and then we're going to do ad 1. And so what I do is I save to draft, and I'm going to show you how to do all this targeting and all that. So what we want to do is we want to modify our first ad set, and we want to scroll down. I already did some of it in another video, but I'm gonna show it to you right now real quick. You need the pixel there. So this is a new ad account. I don't have a pixel. You will have to create a pixel, and you will have to place that pixel on your website. And it's very easy because when you create the pixel, it's gonna give you some code, and you go and place that pixel. Now I prefer to use Google Tag Manager too. That's a little bit of a more complicated process. I don't want to show it to you in this video because I want to keep this video fairly quick and short. And so what I would recommend is, if you want to do Google Tag Manager, you can check out one of my other videos where I show you to do that. Or you want to keep it simple, just create pixel. It's going to give you a piece of code. You just put that code on the thank you page. Okay, so next what you want to do is you want to start it at $10. You want to start it tomorrow at midnight. Let's do that. And now we create an audience. So I'm going to be targeting United States. So I put United States here, country, region, and now we have United States. And we're going to do both. We're going to do genders. We want to do women. And let's see, we're going to be doing edit placement. So whenever I start a new campaign, I always want to do on Facebook newsfeed. That's what I want to focus on, because that's the most straightforward way of really running these ads. So I unselect everything. I remove stories. I remove in-stream. I remove search. I remove in article. And later on, you can test all these things. But in the beginning, you want something that works. And newsfeed generally is the best way to kind of do this thing. So, and now we forgot to do our interest. So let's do our interest real quick, detailed targeting. And so let's say we do something like, so I believe in one of the other videos, I did something similar to that. And what you can target is, this is where you have to get a little creative, right? And the first thing that comes to me is, what do women that have trouble with relationships, that they can't get a guy to commit, what are they doing, right? Maybe they are on Tinder, right? Maybe they're on Tinder, but they're also, they could be reading various dating magazines. They could be watching various dating shows, right? They could be using Tinder. They could be, maybe they have certain hobbies that, kind of women that do. But some of the top 3 ones are, so for instance, it could be shows, right? So for instance, The Bachelorette. Bachelorette. Let's see if I can spell this right. Bachelorette. The Bachelorette is a popular show in the United States. So there's The Bachelorette, and let's see if we can pick that. And that could be a very interesting interest. And these are typically single women that watch these shows, if I had to guess, that are interested, because it's a dating show, right? It's not like a family show. It's not a show for, family cooking or taking care of your newborn or things like that. So this is what the show is about. And we can click on suggestions, and we can get more. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, TV People, The Real Housewives. So this is not very, very targeting, right? Bachelor in Paradise. I know women also watch The Bachelor. So any of these 2 are valid for us. So what I would do is I would have The Bachelorette, and this is 5 million. And I can also narrow the audience, and I could look for relationship. Okay? Relationship status, single. And that's going to really tell us. So we have about 1 million people outside, and this is perfect for us. And remember, guys, one of the pro tips I can give you is that you don't need to get this perfect, right? You just need to start getting leads. Once you start getting leads and you have conversion optimization, Facebook is going to go out and find these people on its own, right? This is just, we're just kind of telling Facebook where we think they are. So just so you know. So we have one ad set here. We have The Bachelorette and single. And this can work, right? This is about 1 million. This is a good guess. Let's go and create the ad for it. I'm going to go and create the ad. And I already have a page created. Relationship therapy. I'm going with the relationship angle. You might go with another angle. And then we can add media, add image. Okay, let's take a look. So I already have an image from one of the previous campaigns. So we're going to do that. We're going to use this image. And when you are creating an image, you want to have an image with very little to no text, because Facebook is going to penalize you if you're using text, okay? And you don't want to do that. So in terms of the website, relationshiptherapy.com is taken. So I'm going to be thinking of another website, right? And I'm going to do a full case study. This is actually something that I'm interested in trying out. So in some of the forthcoming videos, I'm going to do a full case study, and I'm going to show you what's working and what's not, and even how much my leads are. So consider it the first video of this coming up case study. So we have relationship therapy. I'm going to be using this ad. This is fully compliant with Facebook. And obviously, I may change the name of the page, because I haven't really thought of the name of the site yet. I will register a domain probably tomorrow. A new one, I'm going to try it out. And so primary text, and this text is going to appear before the ad. Do you know the top 12 ways to make a guy commit? Learn them here. And that's it. And that's going to lead them to an article where, that's going to lead them to some similar article. And then it's going to have a pop-up, and then they can get a bonus. So the article is not going to be a list. The article might be something about, a general purpose article that basically tells them, hey, have you ever tried to get a guy to commit? Why it's so difficult? And then there's going to be an opt-in. Maybe it's going to be a pop-up that falls out. Maybe it's going to be something else. Maybe it's going to be on the bottom or inside the article. It's going to say something like, click here to get these guys. And that's how we get the kind of women that we need, right? The kind of the target audience that's going to work very well for us. And then we have the headline, which is going to appear here, newsfeed description. And you can put whatever you want there. You have description. Display URL is going to be when we have the site, right? So right now you can put, I'm just kind of showing you something, you could put yahoo.com and then, like 12 ways, 12 ways or something like that. And then your display URL is going to be, this is optional. You can just put the domain of your site, learn more and things like that. So this is completely compliant, right? This is not the online dating site. Facebook does not like online dating sites or offers that are like too broad, that promise crazy results. We're not promising anything. We're just giving them 10, 12 things that a guy might like. And content like this is shared all the time from mainstream magazines. So this is not a problem. You have to set up your Facebook pixel and you will have to configure the events, okay? And I might make another video about that specifically to this. I want to keep it simple, and that's kind of what we have now. So this is complete, right? This ad is complete. What you want to do is you want to duplicate this 4 times, okay? You want to duplicate this 4 times because you want to have multiple ad sets, and you typically want to have one ad set, 1 interest per ad set. That's what I like to do. That has really worked for me. We want the original campaign. We want 4 copies. We want to save all this. We click duplicate, and that's going to duplicate the ad in all of these ad sets, okay? And next thing we want to do is we want to go to, first of all, we have all of these ad sets. We have 4 more copies, and you want to edit them real quick. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's going to take a bunch of time, and you want to just edit the targeting, right? So we have the Bachelorette. You click on suggestions, and you pick Bachelor in Paradise. Okay, so we can remove the Bachelorette, and remember to actually set the name, right? So this could be Bachelor in Paradise, and you can do that so that you remember. And the next thing you could put something like Tinder or some of the other dating apps. I know there's a bunch, and so we can do that. And we're keeping single as the relationship status, and I think that's a good idea. And so what we can do is we could put something like Tinder. Okay, and Tinder 21 million, and they're all probably 360,000. That's a very small interest. Let's see if there's something else. I think there were a couple of Tinders. Flint Tinder box, so that's okay. 360,000. We can even remove this and see what happens. So we have 1.6 million. So this is something that I would target. Let's look at what suggestions. Match.com, online dating. So I would pretty much go with all of these. Do the same thing for the rest of the ad sets, and that's the angle. And there's a lot of angles we can do, right? This is kind of the beauty of Facebook ads, is there's many ways to skin a cat, as they say, right? You can do by, dating apps. You can do by TV shows. You could do by magazines. You could do maybe by websites. These people that we're targeting, these women, they're doing something, right? They're not, they're doing something. And obviously, we can reach them by their behavior. So once we got this, we can review and publish. Facebook is going to review it. It's a very innocent ad. They're going to approve it after several hours, and it's going to launch the ad to one of our pages. And then when they click on that page, we're going to have basically this opt-in, okay? And then when they click on this, they're going to go through this funnel. So let me talk about this funnel real quick. Basically, we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have 5 pieces of information, and then we're going to have a couple of articles where we're going to try to promote various products. Now, the more value you give, the more they're going to be likely to buy the offer, because you are building credibility. You're proving to them that you're trying to help them. You're building credibility. You're telling them that, hey, do this. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? And you have to make sure you deliver value. And that means sending emails with value. And for that, you have to maybe read some of the magazines, some of the articles, read some of the threads on relationship forums. Really get inside your target audience's head and figure out what is it keeping them up at night. Obviously, if they're trying to have a relationship with a good guy and they're just having trouble with that, the guy doesn't reply, etc., then you really have to get inside the head. And that's kind of what the emails are about, is that we're building value. We're giving away with value. We're building credibility, and then we can promote some of these offers. And these offers are, quality offers. They convert, and hopefully they're going to convert. And that's kind of what I have for you today, right? I wanted to show you the entire system of how I'm planning to build out the site and start getting it. So in some of the future videos, I'm going to show you how much each of the leads is costing me, how much conversion I'm getting, what is my ROI, my ROAS, return on ad spend, all of this fun stuff. So if you're interested in continuing getting the rest of the videos, how things are developing, make sure to subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, like this video, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And I will definitely make some of the future videos as I continue doing and developing this project. I'm going to be telling you step by step how things are going, what kind of problems I'm encountering, and some of the ways that you can implement the same way and also make the money as well. So that's all I have for you for today. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel to get more notifications. And I will talk to you in the future videos.